Welcome. Today we have Amno Naldi. Thank you so much for being on our interview today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. It is an honor and a great opportunity to be able to speak to you today. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Well, thank you for taking the time. So, I understand that you are a holy person. What do we call you?
You can call me sister.
Sister. Very
Yes.
good.
Yes. Thank you. I am a member of the Datho Zarah religion.
Really?
I'm a Dathan, yes.
I don't believe I've heard of that before. Is that where is that from?
We are from the planet Di, and I'm from the Zugri jungles in the south, from the village Urad.
That sounds delightful. Um, but yeah, no, sister, do tell us. Tell us about your faith. It's been very fascinating to everyone who's heard about it, and we're thrilled to get the opportunity to learn more about it. So, your faith. What was that again?
It's called Datho Zarah.
Datho Zarah. So, tell us, are you mono or polytheistic?
We are monotheistic. We only believe in one God.
Really?
Yes.
What's their name?
Um, Lost to time. We are unworthy to know his name. We call him Father, Father God. He is the source of all life.
Wonderful. Very beautiful. That's very awesome. So, who founded your religion?
Well, God did.
But of course.
Our faith goes all the way back to our creation when the woman stole Father God's blood to create humans, and we are trying to work our lives to be able to be good enough to return our blood to Father God.
That's a beautiful origin story. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, are there different branches or denominations within your religion?
So, so there's the one true faith, right? Um, we follow the clergy, the will of the Baba and the Mama. It's mostly just us and those that have been corrupted by the influence of the woman. So we
Ah,
try and not associate ourselves with them.
I see. I see.
So any splits in the faith, we try to not involve ourselves. I'm a follower of the original faith, the true faith.
But of course, um, yeah. Are there a lot of branches off, or is it just you tend to keep it more?
We try to keep it more
There you go.
solid, to the core of our beliefs.
Makes sense. All right. So, what are some of your most important beliefs or values within your religion?
We have the guidance of Father God
Uh,
to how how to live our lives, and we have the example of Lord Hawk on how to be a good person and how to purify our blood so that it can return to Father God.
huh. Fascinating. So, who is Lord Hawk?
Lord Hawk is the son of Father God.
Oh, really?
We're all children of Father God, but Lord Hawk was made consensually. See, the woman stole Father God's blood to create humans.
Aha.
With Lord Hawk, Father God willingly gave up his blood to create Lord Hawk. And Lord Hawk was beautiful both in body and spirit. He was perfect and a good person, and he had pure blood.
Hmm.
And when he sacrificed himself and died, his blood returned to the Father, and he is an example of what to do.
Very good. Excellent.
Thank you.
Do you have any? Do you have like a holy book or any sacred texts, perhaps from like this Lord Hawk or from your
So,
Father God?
so we are more into oral tradition.
Hmm.
We not everyone can read and write. We do have sacred writings, but they tend to be kept in the temples and kept secret and only for those in the know to be able to read. I've never read any sacred texts.
Ah.
Those are for the the higher ups, you know,
But of course.
up the ladder.
Fair enough. Fair enough. While we have this audience, what is a common misunderstanding that people have about your religion?
Some people think that our religion is too focused on blood.
Ah,
I disagree. I think I think it is a good thing. I think blood is the source of life. I think our souls are in our blood. I mean, think of it. If you were drained of blood, your soul would leave.
this is true.
Yeah. Our blood was stolen from Father God, and we are indebted to him. And and our responsibility is to purify our blood from the woman's influence so that it may return to him one day.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So, if you're not as focused on blood as so many people accuse you all of being, what are some of the core beliefs of your religion?
So, the sacredness of blood, you
Oh,
know, I think it's very important and very beautiful, and our responsibility to purify our blood through good deeds and good acts and being a good person, and living our lives in a way that is acceptable to Father God.
interesting, interesting. So, how would you describe your religion to someone who knows nothing about it?
I would try and gently explain that their blood is not their own. It is Father God's, and it was stolen. Um, and because they have reached an age where they can ask these kinds of questions, I think, I don't know how to gently put this, it's too late for them in this life.
Oh,
I think the only way to improve and be a good person is to return their blood to the ground so that they may be reborn and have another chance at purifying their blood and doing good deeds. Of course, children before the age of reason can be baptized and brought into the faith, but if you're old enough that it's difficult to convert to our faith.
sounds like it. What does it mean to you personally to be a follower of this faith?
I think it means I try and live my life in a way that the Father God would approve. And to the best of my ability to purify my blood with good deeds and prayer. And I would never do something to knowingly weaken the Father, you know, such as having a child, because that takes more blood from the Father to put it in the child. So I've taken an oath that I will never have children. However, I want to clarify, having children is a blessing. It is a gift from the Father God, and it is a sacred responsibility to give a soul another chance at being able to purify their blood and return to the Father.
That's beautiful. Okay, so you mentioned that the opportunity to have a second chance. Do you believe in reincarnation?
Yes, very much so.
Oh, really?
We do believe the Father God gives many chances. I don't think it's a one and done deal with him. When you die, your soul can either return to the woman, or it can go up to the sky and be with Father God, return to his essence, and be part of him in eternal bliss.
Right on. Are there key teachings or values that you try to live by every day? I mean, obviously, you want to. It sounds like you would like to be with the Father God as opposed to return to the the mother.
No, we don't call her the mother.
Oh.
She's the woman.
Oh, my apologies. Of course. What are some of the things that you do to try and assure yourself of being able to rejoin the Father God?
I try and be a good person.
Yeah.
I'm a nun, so I have sworn myself in service of others. I eat nothing with blood. I serve the people of my village, both physically and spiritually. I help the widows, I help the orphans. That's the clergy's job, to help those who need help. And I am so pleased and honored, and I feel so joyous in my calling. I'm very happy with the choices I have made.
Absolutely. Sounds like a very noble calling. So, what are some of the daily, weekly, or yearly religious practices that you observe?
So the most important one would be midwinter. That was when Lord Hawk died, and he brought the summer back. When 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 the Father God went unto the Lady Demana to create Lord Hawk, he gave her the last of his blood, and he died.
Your god died.
Yes, Father God died, and the world went into the worst and most terrible winter in history. There was no light in the sky, it was dark, it was cold. No babies were born after Hawk. He was the last because there was no more blood.
Ah,
So the anniversary of Hawk's death, midwinter, is the returning of the light and the warmth, and it's an incredibly important holiday to me, and we have incredible bloodletting ceremonies then.
oh,
It's really spiritually fulfilling.
I'm glad that you can be so spiritually renewed during those times.
Thank you. Another one that is very important is first thaw. When the ice finally breaks and the rivers start to flow again, that is also a very important holy day.
I would imagine so. I believe that you mentioned before our interview that your region relies mostly on fish from the rivers.
Yes, the Zugri jungle is covered in rivers, and yes, we heavily depend on the rivers. So when they freeze over, we're very much immobile. You know, you're because we travel on the rivers. You know, it is very winter is like pause time where you're kind of stuck where you're at, and that can be very dangerous.
Yeah, I've heard the planet Die has truly terrible and long winters.
Yeah.
Yeah. But back to your religion. You know, you're a sister here, and you've agreed to talk about your religion. Are there specific rituals or ceremonies that are particularly meaningful to you?
For me personally, the one that connects with me the most deeply is bloodletting.
Really?
Yes, it is. It isn't this horrible, scary thing, as some people might think. Bloodletting is where you release a small or a reasonable amount of blood, and you put it in a chalice, and we evaporate it and return it to the sky. That is our Thanksgiving. That is thanks be to Father God. That is returning some of our blood to Him, and in hopes that one day He will accept all of it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Sounds a bit bloody, but that is beautiful. So, in your religion, do you pray, meditate, or worship in any specific way?
Yes. Um, One way is obviously bloodletting. I've heard of other faiths that talk to their deities like a friend or have a casual conversation. We do not have that. We have, we have very traditional prayers that were written forever ago, that have been connecting people together for thousands of years as we recite the same prayers. It's really lovely. It's a way we all connect. We have we we have prayers, we have prayer beads, we have prayer rocks, we have prayer bloodstone, um, and we have an oral tradition. We tell stories and retell the story of Hawk. over and over. It's very nice.
I can't help but noticing your beads. Are those prayer beads?
They are. This each bead represents a prayer, and even some of the chains represent a prayer. And the heart represents the pure, bloodless heart of Lord Hawk.
Bloodless. So I thought Hawk's bloodless heart. I thought it was all about the sacredness of the blood. How does that
It
fit in?
is. So that's a very good question. So when Hawk died, he was dismembered,
Oh,
and he, being connected to the Father, being having the last of the Father's blood, he was semi-divine, and he just bled and bled and bled and bled, and that's why we paint our hands and feet red. My hands aren't painted red right now. I'm not super traditionalist, but my feet are painted red.
yes, they are.
It's because the disciples got his blood on their hands and feet. He bled and he lived through the dismemberment until his heart was completely empty of blood. Here is an icon of the pure, bloodless heart of Lord
Oh,
Hawk. A red heart represents Father God. A white heart represents Lord Hawk, as
interesting.
as his heart was emptied of blood,
Gotcha.
and he returned it to the Father God. His sacrifice brought back Father God, and brought back the summer. So, so we owe a lot to Lord Hawk's sacrifice.
That's fascinating. Thank you for elaborating.
Yes, absolutely.
So do you and your people have any specific places of worship? Is there any place that you attend regularly, to gather to worship? And how do you do that?
Absolutely, absolutely. We have a small convent here in the village, but I I would like to tell you about the Church of the Cleaver.
Oh,
One very important holy place is the Church of the Cleaver at Mount Boo, where Lord Hawk was killed. I've been there once when I was an initiate, taking my oaths for the first time. It was it was such a beautiful experience, and it's yeah. I would say my favorite holy place is the Church of the Cleaver. I don't know if that was the question you asked, but
oh,
sorry.
that works. Yeah, no, that's utterly fascinating to hear about. I have heard. Uh, I've never been myself, but I have heard a couple of stories about how large and beautiful it is.
Yes.
I hear that the iron ore in the stone is very striking.
And it turns the river red, symbolizing Lord Hawk's
Oh,
blood.
there you go. There
Yeah.
you go. Are there any community festivals or holy days that are especially important?
Well, I already told you about midwinter, but my personal favorite is the first thaw. The first thaw is when the rivers start to flow again, the animals come back, the trees turn lively again. Also the annual tree harvest festival.
Oh, really?
It isn't an official holy day. It's something more regional, But we harvest the ugok trees to create lye, and that's my region's main export is lye, and I don't know. The harvest festival and the first thaw are my favorites. They're really important, and even though the harvest festival isn't necessarily a religious festival, we still have religious stuff going on. It's a good time.
That's awesome. That's great. I imagine for such an important event, the whole village would turn out.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's children, the elderly, everyone comes out, chips in. We have a big feast. it's a good time. It's a good
Sounds
time.
wonderful. So, how did you personally come to practice this religion? I understand that everyone in your village and your region is a devotee, but obviously you have taken a more devout role in your community. How did you personally come to this path in life?
So I just like everyone else here, I was born into it, but when I was 14, I got badly injured. It was my leg. There was a cut. There was a lot of blood. My mother, bless her, thankfully collected it, so that it wouldn't hit the ground. And when we offered it up to the Father, and I watched it evaporate, and the blood loss, and the evaporating blood, and the smell, and I had never felt closer to the Father. And I knew then that I would dedicate my life to Him.
That's beautiful. I'm sure that was a very formative moment.
It very much was.
So, are there moments in your life that you have ever felt challenged in your faith? You've obviously devoted your life, but have there ever been any doubts for you?
I think everyone has doubts. But yes, the closest my faith has ever been challenged was when my mother died. Um, they drained her of her blood and took the blood to the priest and to be evaporated. But the priest said she wasn't worthy, and he he poured her soul on the ground to try again.
I'm so sorry to hear that. My condolences.
Thank you. It was it was a lot, you know.
Ah, what helped you pass that?
My faith in the purity of the Father.
Mm.
My faith that my knowledge that my mother was a good woman and that she has a chance to try again.
Mm.
And I know she was good. I and so I know that she'll have another chance. And I think she will get through it. I think she will be reunited with the Father.
That's very beautiful,
Thank you.
and I wish the best of luck to her.
Thank you.
Are there any common misconceptions about your religion? Taking this opportunity and our audience here, are there any common misconceptions that you would like to address?
Many people see us as warlike and aggressive and blood obsessed in a bad way. and but we're just passionate about spreading the word of the Father and Lord Hawk's sacrifice and the chance of salvation, of returning to the Father. Um, and spreading that message to the non-believers by, yeah, but if you came to my village like you have, you would see that we're very peaceful. We're very happy with each other. We have a peace in our hearts that the Father God has given us through His blood. That we are able to live in harmony. Knowing the truth gives us such a peace and joy that I think the non-believers do not have.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. What do you wish that more people understood about your faith?
So we just want what's best for everyone.
Hmm.
We want help. We want everyone to be able to return to the Father in bliss and divine love, and we don't want the woman to win.
So not letting the woman win, does what would the woman, not the mother, what would the woman winning look like?
Okay, so the woman is the planet Di. That's when she stole Father God's blood. She mixed the blood she consumed the blood, trying to take his power. But instead, the mixing of dirt and blood created humans. The woman wants power by any means necessary. That's why she stole the blood in the first place. And you don't want the woman's favor. The woman's favor is destructive. Volcanoes, earthquakes, landslides. She harms her followers. The Father God does not harm his followers.
Ah, I see. Well, that makes sense. You wouldn't want to follow a deity. Is she a deity, or?
I would not call her a god.
Well, thank you for elaborating.
Absolutely.
What does your religion say about the purpose of life?
To purify our blood so that someday we may return to the Father. And I think also to help others. That's just my personal belief, but I think we are also here to help others and lift others up and try and improve other people's lives as best we can.
It's a very noble goal. So how does your faith shape your view of suffering and death?
So, death is a blessing. Death is a chance to return to the Father. Yeah, death is not bad or scary or sad. It is an opportunity to return to the Father, to escape this realm that has been so influenced by the woman. As for suffering, the Father God would never do that to us. All pain and suffering and just the bad things of the world, they all come from the woman. If you trace them back, they all come from the woman.
Interesting. So, if all suffering comes from the woman, what is it in this world and this life that gives you hope?
For me personally, it's the Lady Damana.
Really? Can you expand on that?
Lord Hawk's mother. Before Lord Hawk came, all we understood was that the blood in our veins was not our own, and it was stolen. It is not ours as a gift. It was unconsensually stolen from the Father God. Lady Damana was one of us. She was not blessed like, she was not created consensually like Hawk was. She was one of us, but she led such a pure and good life that the Father God willingly gave her the last of his blood to create Lord Hawk. Lady Damana is a saint. She is our, I don't know, our path to salvation. She is an example that we can follow and a promise that we too can be saved.
Well, that's beautiful. That does sound like an excellent example of hope and a path to eternal bliss.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. And
Absolutely, absolutely. If you are willing, I would love to close with a prayer.
oh, I would be honored, and I'm sure our audience would be thrilled to hear it as well.
Okay.
Is there anything we need to do, or?
Just put your hands on your heart.
Okay.
Our Father, great Lord, ruler of our hearts, glory to you. May your kingdom come, your will be done throughout all the rivers of our world. Forgive us our wrongs. Forgive us for having your blood. May it return to you as all things must. Give us strength to triumph over our enemies, and may we live in service to others as we live in service to you. For great thou art, Lord and King, creator of all. Ash. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for answering questions about your fascinating religion. And it's wonderful to get a glimpse into the world of Planet Di. And
Absolutely. It's been an honor. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share. Um, yeah, my faith is very important to me, and I do love any opportunity I can share the joy and the contentment that I feel in my heart from this. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, that's all from us. Thank you so much for joining us, and join us next time while we have an in-depth interview with a warrior from Kroshadendar.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. May your kingdom come, your will be done. I need to redo that. Okay, these are high key ripped off, okay?